Hey everybody, we are teaching Vermillion. And this time I'd like to introduce you to my friend Filbert. Yes, Filbert's a great brush, unlike most of the other brushes. He's got a few tricks on how he uses him. So let's go to the rack and grab Filbert. Okay, here we are. Let's go to our rack. And this guy up in the corner, that is Filbert. Look at that, Filbert. You'll notice Filbert's got our flavors. He doesn't change size, but you can go for a flat or the Filbert. Let's go back to studio view and get some details on him. Okay, so you can see Filbert, that round top. That's what really sets Filbert apart from the other brushes. The flat version, that's pretty much just a small version of our 2-inch brush. But the round version, this is what makes him Filbert. Now, Filbert himself, he gets the name because he looks like a Filbert. That's pretty obvious. Well, what's a Filbert? Oh, what's a Filbert? A Filbert is really a type of hazelnut. So it's a very round nut, so the tip of it is supposed to mimic that round shape. Hazelnut, Filbert. Filbert is just much more fun to say. Now, what you'll notice most about Filbert is if I get some color here, I can lay down color just like any other brush. Our bristly version, you can still see the bristles. If you really load it up with extra paint, you can really smear it in, that type of thing. Now, when I go in with other colors, Filbert is great at blending these colors together. You can see how it does a nice transition from the darker to lighter. I'm going to get more dark down here. And let's load up that brush. And then we'll let him just gently blend up through the lighter shades of blue. So the Filbert is very good at blending colors right on the canvas. Now the round tip of the Filbert means that if you are blending in a large area, or if you want to paint something that has a nice round curve to it, then the Filbert brush's round tip helps keep both the blending action and your painting brush strokes smoother and rounder. If I'm using the 2-inch flat brush, that flat edge will usually come into it. Even if I'm trying to make a nice round curve, the shape of the tip, the shape of the brush will influence how those lines appear. With the Filbert, because it's a round tip, that means it's a little bit more secure at making those round shapes. Flower petals, things like that, clouds and trees. With the round edge of a Filbert, you can keep the billows without worrying about getting bars or straight edges as the straight edge of the brush moves across the page. Now, in the real world, there are some Filbert tricks that take use of that shape, starting with the tip and then pressing more as you go, that type of thing. It's harder for virtual reality to simulate some of those things. So if you want those leaf shapes and teardrops, the dagger brush gives you a lot more control with its really fine point. The Filbert is better at the larger curves and blending, so that I can have nice billowy shapes in my blues and bring in different shades and things without worrying about hard, sharp edges. Now, the Filbert can also be used for what's called stipple action. That's when you just tap the tip of the brush instead of stroking. You actually tap it against the canvas, and it leaves these little clusters and dots and things like that. These are great for things like clumps of leaves or highlights in the water. If you have rippled water in sunlight, we could have a dark blue background and go with these white stipple points to create these highlight patterns, or maybe variations of color green, and this will give you little blades of grass and shadows within. With a flat 2-inch brush, those stipple patterns tend to start to repeat themselves and look the same size, same shape. With a round filbert, we have a few other ways to tap the brush on the canvas, and so we get different little patterns. It's a little more random. So the Filbert brush, you might not use them for everything, but anytime you want nice smooth curves, round soft shapes, smooth blending within those shapes, the Filbert's round tip will give you a few extra little ways to play with it. There we go. The Filbert, named after the hazelnut. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have questions in the comments below. We try to do this on a regular basis, covering all the different brushes and painting styles we can here in Vermillion, the oil painting app for VR. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have fun, everybody. Enjoy your Filberts.